Hey, it's Junior again with Junior Speed Shop. I just wanted to give you a little video here. Like I said earlier, be posting some more down here in the speed shop. And hopefully be getting rid of that monstrosity this weekend. It'd be nice. But that's not why we're down here. I want to give you a little bit of taste of my wife's bike. What's all went into this thing, and what I've done to it so far since we've owned it. We picked this up here in our hometown. We live in Mifflintown, PA. We picked it up from a friend of ours for $1,500. When we got the bike was originally blue, which you'll see in the video that I'm gonna upload of it running. Right now, I'm not gonna start it. I need to pull the carb off and clean it. It's been sitting so long. It looked like it had mud in the float bowl of the carburetor. So, but it was blue when we got it. Had a different tank. The tank that was on it was more or less a roadster style tank. Had dual caps. It was a lot wider. I honestly didn't think it matched the bike. Being a Sportster, I didn't think it looked that great. So we went ahead and bought this King tank. Got the tank, powder coated the tank. The front fender is powder coated. I did all this in-house. The air cleaner, which it does have an S&S Super E, but the air cleaner I powder coated and inlaid the S&S Super with some purple, which my wife is hell-bent on this thing having purple. As you can see, the tank decals are purple. That's what she wanted. She's also really big into sugar or candy skulls. Found that, had that made up. I think it actually looks really good. I'm not into that kind of stuff, but I think it turned out really well. The other side of the tank here has the same Harley on the side. Eventually we're gonna get purple Taylor spark plug wires to match everything else up. She's wanting to put some sort of an eagle sticker right here on the side of the oil tank, in tribute to her father, who just passed away here last year, the beginning of last year, last February. He loved Harleys. He was real big into Eagles. She wants to get something to commemorate him. Working on trying to figure out a way to eliminate this god-awful, ugly headlight cover that Sportsters have and kind of mount it like mine is on my bike, down low. We're gonna move the turn signals down to match everything, so everything's in line. The bike ran when we got it. It was a basket case, but it ran. It was just dumping oil, gratuitous amounts of oil out the exhaust, smoking like crazy. My first thought was valve seals. Well, come to find out, because up until I bought my bike, I was never really into the mechanics of a Harley. In this year, Ironheads in general didn't come with valve seals. I didn't know that. But when I tore the engine apart, I found out real quick that somebody else had been in there and screwed a lot of shit up. I mean, it was bad. One valve had 3 keepers. One must have fell down in when they were trying to put it together, and it just beat the ever-living shit out of the guide for that valve. So I put all new bronze guides in, new valve seals, everything, completely rebuilt the heads, put it all back together. It was still smoking. Well, next step was new top end. The bike was bored 40 over, which is next to the limit for an Ironhead. It was bored 40 over. I wasn't going any bigger, so I just bought a brand new cylinder head kit. Or not cylinder head, but cylinder kit, new pistons, new cylinders, everything. The slugs that were in this thing, I don't know if you can see that or not, but look at the dome that Ironheads have. And factory, they were only 9-to-1 compression, which I feel with the domes like that, it should have been higher than that, but whatever. So did all that, fired it up for the first time. Thing sounded amazing. I love the sound of this thing. I can't wait to ride it. Gonna need, here pretty directly, it needs tires. These ones are all dry rotted and whatnot from being old. As you can see, I started cleaning up the exhaust, anything that's chrome. You know, I tried to go over with very, very, very the finest steel wool you can get. The swing arms chromed, the chain guide or whatever you want to call it's chrome. All in all, money wise, minus what we're still going to be spending, we paid $1,500 for the bike. With the top end kit and everything, took it back to a factory bore, put a new chain on it. Brakes are all good. I have about $1,000 into the bike as far as parts go, which still ain't bad. These things, when they're all fixed up, Ironheads are worth like $8,000. If they're real nice condition. I still got work to do on the rear fender. It's gonna get a new license plate light, probably like what I have online. The original turn signals that came with the bike are gonna go back on it along with the fender struts. I like it. It's a cool old bike. I like the way the tank turned out. I gotta pull it off yet. And I'm gonna put a couple layers of clear coat over everything. Like I said, the tank's powder coated. The front fender's powder coated. The rear fender's gonna be painted white, just for a simple fact that I'm gonna undercoat the inside of the fender. And on a good note, if you guys ever need a battery and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, check these out. I bought this the other day. You might laugh, but I bought it from Harbor Freight. Used a 20% off coupon. I got it for like $32. It's a 12 volt, 10 amp hour generator battery is what they have it labeled as. Threw it in this thing, turns it over and starts it just fine. So if you're ever in a pinch, you don't have the extra money to shell out for a battery at say Walmart or Advanced or anything like that, don't hesitate to go with that. Had to get new exhaust clamps. I don't know if you might not know, with Ironheads, the exhaust doesn't bolt on like an Evo or anything else like that. It actually has a clamp. They slide up onto a port, and the clamp tightens down around the port itself. Same way with the intake. I got them from Drag Specialties. Ordered most of my parts from J&P Cycles, and couldn't be happier with everything. Still got some cleaning up to do, but like I said, that's not my worries right now. I want to get tires on it. I want to get the rear lights are going to get rewired. If you can see or not, it's still got the old braided style wiring insulation on it from back in the day. I'm gonna redo all that. A lot of it's frayed and bare wires showing and whatnot. I want to get rid of that and update it. Whoever originally owned this bike put a lot of money into it as far as upgrades. They got Buell speedometer on it. They put steel braided brake lines from Russell on it. Somebody put a good bit of money into it. the guy we bought it off of, him and his kids were just riding it around on their property for fun, like, you know, a dirt bike. But $1,500, I sucked her up, and what it was to what it is now is 100% better. Like I said in my last video that I posted, you know, I'll be posting more of this project, of my bike, of anything that I'm going to be doing. Please hit that subscribe button, like it, share it, you know, get these videos out there. I'll be doing a video on how the Ironhead engine differs from, say, the Evo, other than being, you know, this one's 1,000 cc, that one's 1,340, you know. But some of the main differences between this motor and that engine, you know, this bike is a 4-speed bike, that one's 5-speed, you know. We'll get into a lot of that later. But, you know, I'm new to this, so, you know, I take corrective criticism pretty well, but, you know, don't bash me for not knowing something, or, you know, correct me when I'm wrong. But I'm just new to this and starting out. So, and I figure a lot of you people that are out there, you know, doing it are doing the same thing. So I did relocate her coil. Her coil, what used to be mounted to a bracket up in here, and I relocated it and mounted it to the actual bracket for the horn. Now I just got to figure out where the hell I'm going to put the horn. Same way with the key switch. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the key switch yet. I kind of want it tucked up in, out of there, out of the way, and, you know. But $1,500, you know, like I said, these things, when they're done up nice and good, that, you know, they're worth anywhere between, you know, 6 and 8. So depending on, you know, the market at the time or whatever. Not planning on getting rid of it, but like I said, I'll make videos as we go here, and when she's all done and put together and roadworthy, we'll take her for a spin and see how she rides. But till then, hit that subscribe button, share me, get me out there, make it go fast.